serves as a dynamic platform to discuss, innovate, and address the pressing issues that define leadership and technological advancements in our area. Throughout the conference, we'll witness a series of paper presentations, inspiring keynote addresses, and thought provoking special sessions, each meticulously designed to contribute towards our shared vision of excellence and innovation. As we embark on this intellectual journey, I encourage all the participants to actively engage in session, share ideas, and explore new opportunities for collaboration. It is through such collective efforts that we can build a robust ecosystem capable of addressing global challenges and achieving sustainable innovation. On behalf of the complete organizing committee, I again wholeheartedly welcome you to DELCON 2024. I wish all the participants great success and look forward to the enriching deliberations that lie ahead during these 3 days. I now request Professor Emin Huda, Director BBICAM New Delhi and General Chair DELCON, Executive Vice Chairperson IEEE, to welcome our chief guest, Shri Ganesh Kachhap, CEO Landis India and Global Development Center. We also welcome Sir with an e-bouquet. I again request Sir to welcome our guest of honor, Shri Manish Kumar, Managing Director and Business Head, Nagaro. We warmly welcome you, Sir, with an e-bouquet too. I again request Sir to welcome Professor A.Q. Ansari, Chairperson IEEE Delhi Section. We warmly welcome you, Sir, with an e-bouquet. I again request Sir to welcome Professor Subroto Mukhopadhyay, Chair, Tech, and Professor, Acting Standing Committee, IEEE Delhi Section. We warmly welcome you, Sir, with an e-bouquet. I request Sir to welcome Professor Prerna Gaur, Chair, IEEE India Council. We warmly welcome you, ma'am, with an e-bouquet. I again request Sir to welcome Professor Rajneesh Sharma, Secretary IEEE Delhi Section and Vice Chancellor Chitkara University. We warmly welcome you, Sir, with an e-bouquet. BVACAM really feels honored to have the dignitaries. I extend a warm welcome to Shri R.K. Vyas, former President, Computer Society of India, to address the gathering. His visionary leadership continues to inspire the academic and professional community.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's my proud pleasure to be here amongst you all, academicians and the technocrats. First of all, I welcome dignitaries on the dais. I see very prominent faces from IEEE, industry, and other academic friends on the dais. I am really thankful to them to be here for this DELCON 2024, which is being conducted here. Other dignitaries, IEEE members, Computer Society of India members, IET members, and other IST members and other persons. And last but not the least, the students and the researchers who has really given a strength to this DELCON 2024, which is being conducted here at Bharati Vidyapeeth. Friends, this is a 3-day conference, DELCON 2024 from IEEE, which is a flagship program of IEEE, and it is being conducted at various universities and educational institutes. This time, Bharatiya Vidyapeeth has the privilege of conducting this, and this is being conducted starting from today afternoon. Some of the research paper presentation has already been started before the inauguration because we have got a lot of papers to be taken care and lot of enthusiasm researchers are really devoting to this. I must say that this kind of platform, last year it was in Chatkara University, Professor Rajiv Sharma has really given a very good start at that time and keep in just taking the baton from there. Professor Huda, who is basically a pioneer in conducting the conferences and seminars, and most of us knows at various professional organizations when we have conducted in last number of years, and our flagship program of Bharati Vidyapeeth, that is IndiaCom, which is being conducted every year all over the country, where we get lot of research papers and lot of technical persons and professionals who are giving various kind of talks, sustained. And the theme which has been taken, advanced technology for sustainable development. We always talk about the sustainable development, and IndiaCom का भी जो logo है, it goes on with the sustainable development. From last 17, 18 years, we are continuing with that. And IEEE, which is a pioneer organization in electronics, computer science, and all related field, is really taking the torch ahead by conducting these kind of activities at various levels and this. And at Bharati Vidyapeeth, everything, as we know, are very well conducted. As Professor Ansari was just when we were chatting around, he says Bharati Vidyapeeth is the best place to conduct not only IEEE activities, but I also told him that Computer Society of India, IETE, and other organizations are always thankful to Professor Huda and the management of Bharati Vidyapeeth for giving us the opportunity to conduct these kind of activities at such a beautiful location and such a beautiful atmosphere where not only the professionals, academicians, and the students and the faculty members of this institution are always welcoming us at every function whichever we conduct. So with these terms, I must once again welcome you all to DELCON 2024, which is a 3-day conference, and it will be really conducted in the best profitable manner. And as Professor Huda always says, if everything is conducted good, then the professional organization who was conducting that is good. If some problems are there, then Professor Huda is always there to help you out. Any kind of problem, you just give, I have to have a problem, he will build up a full research paper and resolve it. That is the thing which Professor Huda has got. Thank you very much. Nice meeting you. Welcome.
Thank you, sir, for such kind words. We are privileged to have amongst us Professor Emin Huda, Director BVR CAM New Delhi, General Chair of DELCON 2024, and Executive Vice Chairperson of IEEE Delhi Section, will deliver the welcome address and share his invaluable insights. Sir is the dynamic vision and has been instrumental in elevating.
Good evening to everyone. Honorable Chief Guest for this inaugural function, Mr. Ganesh Kashyap, the CEO of Landis Gear India Limited. Honorable Guest of Honor, Mr. Manish Kumar, the Head of the Indian Operations and the Managing Director of Nagaro. Many of the students know, even the professionals know Nagaro very well. And for your information, Nagaro is a regular recruiter from this campus as well, sir. IEEE Delhi Section leadership on the stage. Professor A.Q. Ansari, the chairperson of Delhi Section. Professor Subrata Mukhopadhyay, the former chairperson of Delhi Section and chair of Consultant Network Affinity Group. Professor Prerna Gaur, the chair-elect India Council for entire country, all chapters, all sections of IEEE put together. Professor Rajneesh, the secretary of IEEE Delhi Section and the vice chancellor of Chitkara University, Baddi, Himachal Pradesh. My friends and colleagues on the stage, Dr. Ritika, Mr. Vyas, and Dr. Sunil. IEEE Delhi section leadership on the front row and the second rows, Professor V.R. Singh sir, Professor Shruti, Professor Jasdeep, Professor S. Neha, Professor Rachna Garg, Professor Manoj, Mr. Preet Yadav, delegates from various parts of the country, those who are offline and online, my teaching colleagues from this institution, from sister concerned other two institutions, and dearmost students. It is privilege to welcome you all in the third inaugural session of the third edition of the flagship conference of IEEE Delhi section, which we have designated DELCON 2024. Therefore, yesterday we were deliberating that can we take this decision to discontinue bouquet, even the planter. And then we decided, yes, we'll do that. And we are technologists talking about sustainability. So no bouquet, no planter. And इसके लिए जो ई बुके शो कर रही थी उनके लिए दो पंक्तियां हैं जो मैं हमेशा कहता हूं कि दिल बड़ी मुश्किल में है कैसे इजहार करूं, दिल बड़ी मुश्किल में है कैसे इजहार करूं, तू तो खुशबू है कैसे गिरफ्तार करूं। फूलों का पर्पस है खुशबू देना और खुशबू का एहसास देना। तो हमने कहा चाहे खुशबू हाथों में दें या खुशबू वहां से आए, तू तो खुशबू है कैसे गिरफ्तार करें। तो वो खुशबू आती रहेगी चाहे हम जिस फॉर्म में दें, और somehow or other we will be promoting sustainability. So thank you so much for agreeing with me. Friends, as head of the institution, it is a kind of momentous occasion to host any annual event of any professional society. I have hosted more than a dozen of events of various professional societies in the country, available in the country in this campus. Professor Vyas was mentioning, yes, 18 editions of IndiaCom, also under the patronage of IEEE Delhi section, we have hosted in this campus. And of course, this event, but the benchmark for this event were very high because the first event was conducted, first DELCON was conducted by Netaji Subhash University of Technology by Professor Prerna Gaur. And the second edition was conducted by Professor Rajneesh at Chitkara. Both of these are very lavish and very big campuses. Getting land in Delhi and that to a private institution is not an easy task. So as compared to these two big campuses, the campus of Bharati Vidyapeeth in Delhi, we have big campuses at Pune, Mumbai and other places, but in Delhi, it is little small campus. So our team have worked very hard, day and night, tirelessly, to present you this DELCON third edition in the best possible manner to all of you, so that you should not depend on giving and sanctioning, allocating, approving this DELCON 2024 to Bharati Vidyapeeth for the year 2024. I hope that will come up to your expectations, sir. Coming back to the DELCON, every program when it starts, there are many good things, many bad things, some pros, some consequences. There were some problems. Despite that, we announced DELCON 2024 hurriedly. And by the last date, we didn't increase the last date. And by the last date, we could receive close to 1,100 papers, 1,087 papers. And scanning all of them on Turnitin, reviewing, and then tolerating, sustaining the pressure of the authors. Despite all, we have finally released the acceptance of 281 paper, out of which, if required, few more may be removed from the bundle of the IEEE Explore. And out of those 281 papers which were given acceptance in next 3 days, which started from today morning itself, under 4 parallel tracks in 36 sessions, those 281 papers will get presented. Authors from different parts of the country and abroad, few are offline, few are online. Initially, we decided that now COVID phase is over. So the kind of the culture which is started post-COVID from 2020, that authors are not ready to come. This year, we would like to discourage that and will not allow any online presentations. But since last 1 month, there were huge pressure from particularly from the foreign authors and then the authors from South India, West India, East India, etc. And last week, in fact, last 4 days, the government of Delhi, based on the instructions of the Supreme Court, had started notifying, do everything online, no more physical activities. So we were in those difficulties that how to ensure. Now authors have started calling and writing mails. Now government has declared this. In Delhi, government has declared unsafe and unsafe to go. And so please allow us to present online. So few online, few offline in a hybrid mode that is being presented. For this entire 36 sessions, we have invited close to 125 experts as session chairpersons, as invited as speakers, as presiding officers for different sessions, technical sessions. And of course, in between, the executive meeting was planned in the morning, which was held just now. So with this, we are moving forward. And coming back to the fundamental theme, the IEEE says that advancing technology for humanity. And humanity may not be able to sustain on this earth if we do not talk about sustainability. So what we decided, the theme this year, that advancing technology for sustainability. And we started undertaking multiple measures in the campus also and in between the conferences also. Earlier we used to publish this big proceedings, and we decided that no, we'll publish around 30-40 papers so that the sustainability somehow or other can be promoted. Rest of the papers will go and will get published in IEEE Explore. So we are promoting that. There are guests and speakers, valued speakers will be talking on the theme. So I will not take your time. We'll talk during valedictory session on the theme once concluding the entire conference. So I wanted to just tell you that whatever good you see is part of my team. And wherever you see that there are some deficiencies, some shortcomings, those all should be attributed to me, because I might not have been given any instruction properly, because of which those shortcomings you are seeing. And finally, it is not important that how good the session were. The success or failure of any of the program will be judged on this fundamental philosophy, that what was the takeaway. How good the program was, how good the sessions were, how delicious the food was, how organized the all entire program or sessions were done is not important. What important is finally that whether the completion of the program conveyed any message, had any takeaway, and while going, the some takeaway should be with each one of you, with every participant, so that when you go back from here, whether online or offline session, you must be in a position to implement one or two aspects. If that happens, then only the huge efforts undertaken in organizing such conferences will be solved. Second, my request to all the authors who are offline and online for both, that the purpose of these conferences are not just to gather some papers, get presented and get it published. It is said that in today's time, advanced researches are happening, and one computer is sufficient of doing the job of 1,000 many people. So even one person can do many activity, but despite all those advancement, it is not at all possible that even 1,000 many computers put together will be in a position to do the job of one extraordinary person. And the purpose of such conferences are to bring those extraordinary people at one platform, so that the deliberations, the discussions, the debate should be nurtured, and the learning should get fostered. So if collaboration is happening, if networking is happening, if some kind of interaction is happening which is changing the way the research should be taken forward, that will be the contribution and the purpose of this particular conference. With this note, okay, whatever you take as a takeaway from this particular program, take it with you. And my message, concluding message always is कि ये जो हम कुछ सीखते हैं, ये हमारे लिए पावर ऑफ नॉलेज है. ये हमारे लिए वो पावर है जो हमें बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस जो हमारी लाइफ में होंगे उन्हें सक्सेसफुली फेस करने में मदद करती हैं. इस पे 4 पंक्तियां हमारी कि उजाले अपनी आंखों में महफूज कर लो. कीप पावर ऑफ नॉलेज एज इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ योर पर्सनालिटी. उजाले अपनी आंखों में महफूज कर लो. बड़ी दूर तक रात ही रात होगी. मुसाफिर हो तुम भी, मुसाफिर हैं हम भी. किसी मोड़ पे फिर मुलाकात होगी. थैंक यू सो मच. विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट. गॉड ब्लेस यू ऑल.
Thank you, sir. Your dynamic vision has been instrumental in implementing this institution to global prominence. It's my great privilege to introduce Professor Ansari, an esteemed academician, researcher, and administrator from Department of Electrical Engineering at Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Sir is highly accomplished scholar with an impressive portfolio of over 100 peer-reviewed journal papers, 3 books, 20 book chapters, and 200 conference papers, reflecting his extensive contribution to the field of electrical engineering and beyond. Sir's leadership extends to various prestigious professional organizations. From a senior member of IEEE and a chairman of IEEE Delhi section, he's played a lot of pivotal role in advancing the engineering community. For his remarkable contributions to technical education, Sir has been honored with numerous awards. His expertise in educational policy, planning, curriculum development, and human resource management has made him a guiding force to shape the future of engineering education. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Ansari for his address.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for a very gracious introduction of a very humble teacher from Jamia Millia Islamia. As a chairman of IEEE Delhi section, I welcome all the esteemed guests on the dais and the guests off the dais, and most importantly, the delegates who have come here to participate in the DELCON 2024 and the dear students of this great institution. It's a great pleasure to be here in this institution always. My friendship with Professor M.N. Hoda is a long history, and the common friend of both of us is Professor Shivaji Rao Kadam, who was the Vice Chancellor of the original Bharati Vidyapeeth. We had met sometimes somewhere while dealing with the UGC and the ninth 5-year plan. So friendship with Hudaji has, of course, culminated into a learning experience. Each time we come to this campus, we learn something new. And the most of it is the cohesiveness that we see among the faculty members of this institution. And the way the plans are executed, the way the things are done is remarkable. We have always seen successes here, and it's a glorifying experience to see the faculty members, the students, the staff, as well as the director himself working together for the success of any event. So I welcome you all as the chairman of the IEEE Delhi section to this IEEE Delhi section conference. It's the third version of DELCON. Rightly said that the first one was held at the best of the place in Delhi, which was the NSUT. Professor Prerna Gaur was the general chair and she hosted it splendidly. We learned from there. And then it was taken over by Professor Rajneesh Sharma ji at Chitkara University. It was held in the Punjab campus, but now he is the Vice Chancellor of the Himachal campus. So we have the privilege of having a friend in the form of a Vice Chancellor, you know. So it's a great privilege. Professor Mukhopadhyay, sir, has been a guiding force for all of us. IEEE Delhi section, we consider him as a father figure, and we have been taking guidance for every now and then. I must acknowledge the presence of my own colleagues from Jamia Millia Islamia in this gathering, my own head of the department, Professor Shahida Khatun, who has come here to take the baton from Bharati Vidyapeeth. And the next version of DELCON will be DELCON 2025 will be held at Jamia Millia Islamia. So she is here to receive the baton. Professor Iqbal Ali is yet another colleague who has come from Jamia Millia Islamia, and he has been the general organizing secretary of Indicon 2015. So that was a very successful conference, sir. The Indicon was held with great fanfare in Jamia Millia Islamia, and Professor Iqbal Ali's dynamism and leadership was acknowledged even at that time. So now these two persons, Professor Iqbal Ali and Professor Shahida Khatun, will be the chief host of DELCON 2025. And I request all of you to please come to even Jamia Millia Islamia as well in DELCON 2025 and send many been considering the fact that those who will read the paper, they are not as knowledgeable. So we have witnessed that there are some papers who are actually coming from Chat GPT. I mean, this is really, I mean, do you think that we don't understand the language that the GPT writes? We do. So don't try to bluff. You have to be very honest. The researches happen on the basis of your honesty and sincerity, and give due respect to those who contribute towards it. We are from the generation which learned computer science from the like of Professor V. Rajaraman, who had written the first book on computer science, the analog computers, and Fortran 4. Nobody would learn that today. But yes, and Professor V. Rajaraman is as relevant today as he was 20 years before. He was a professor of electrical engineering in IIT Kanpur, and he is now occupying a chair at IISc Bangalore even today. So when I met him in one of the conferences, I asked him very jokingly, and a very, very, lovely person, and he replies in a very hilarious way. So I asked him, sir, you have written a book, Fundamentals of Computers. And then after a few years, you wrote a book, Fundamentals of Information Technology. Why did you do so? He said, I wrote it so that Professor Ansari could understand the difference between the two. See, those gentlemen who are revered people, he is the man who popularized computer science in India. Popularized computer science. The then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, he met and propagated and propounded the idea of starting the MCA programs so that the students who are logically strong, those who have studied mathematics, they have the reasoning ability, should be taught the application of computer science rather than teaching computer science per se. And the applications of computer science by the students of MCA has made us the leader of computers in the world. We have not only been able to catch up with the world revolution of IT revolution, but we have become leaders in the world of information technology, primarily because of the starting of the MCA program at that time. Today, that it might have now, lost the sheen that it used to have earlier, but the organizations like Bharati Vidyapeeth are still, flourishing, and the seats are still full, and they are in high demand for the MCA program. So we need to be honest. We need to revere. We need to identify the sacrifices and the efforts that have been put in making this country great in the field of computer science and its applications. And we need to carry forward the legacy that we have inherited from the others. So those gentlemen will be really very happy. FC Kohli, the industrial person. I mean, we remember him with great reverence because he is the person who implemented the computer science into industries. So these are great people. We have inherited this computer science from them. So then don't overuse it for writing research papers. Research papers should be your own work, in your own language, your efforts. And also, what do? We do mischief and we add the names of the teachers as well along. how how can we justify that? और आपकी उस खराबी की वजह से हमारे teachers भी बदनाम होते हैं. And therefore, be careful. The world is watching us. We are leader. So we have to remain watchful of the fact that we have to prove our worth ever, always and everywhere. So with this remark, I wish this DELCON 2024 a great success. And I also request those delegates who have come from outside to enjoy the life, to meet each other, to identify the researches of each other. When you meet, you discuss whatever research you have done, in which area you have been progressing, and what efforts can be made further. So you discuss each other's researches so that you may be aware of whatever developments have been happening in the other organizations. Make friendship and try to sustain the friendship. The sustainable development requires, even in friendship, easier to make friends, but difficult to contain it and maintain it. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. Your vast experience will undoubtedly inspire us all today. BVACAM feels privileged to introduce Professor Prerna Gaur, an eminent academician, researcher, and administrator with a career spanning over 26 years in teaching and 6 years in industry. Currently serving as the director of NSUT East Campus, she has been a pioneer in academia, founding the Department of Instrumentation and Control and the Electrical Engineering Department at NECUT. She has published more than 150 research papers, authored books and book chapters, and guided numerous BTech, MTech, and PhD students. A senior member of IEEE, Ma'am has held several prestigious roles, including Chair of IEEE Delhi Section 2019 to 2020 and Treasurer of IEEE India Council. Her efforts have been earned and numerous accolades such as Outstanding Volunteer Award from IEEE India Council in 2019 and Woman of the Decade in Academia Award in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Prerna Gaur.
Good evening, and dignitaries on the dais, Execom members of Delhi section, faculty of Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer and Management, faculty members from Jamia Millia Islamia, all participants from all over India, students, and other dignitaries present today. It's a great honor to be here on the inauguration of DELCON 2024. Which is being organized under the great leadership of Professor M.N. Huda and his team. He is regularly organizing such conferences in the name of IndiaCon, and finally third DELCON was given to him because of his vast experience in organization of conferences. The history of DELCON is not very old. We were given INDICON, Delhi section was given INDICON 2020, and this is India Council Conference, which is multi-track conference, and by rotation it is given to the sections. So it came to the Delhi section second time. First was given to Jamia Millia Islamia in 2015. So these two conferences were very successfully organized by our Delhi section team. So the need was felt that we should also have our Delhi section conference separately, which is multi-track conference. So after successful organization of 2020 by our team in Delhi section, we incepted this DELCON in 2021, and the opportunity was given to me to organize, and all Delhi section members, Execom members, were the part of DELCON 2022. That was the first edition. Then 23 was with Professor Rajneesh Sharma. 24 is with Huda sir, and 25th will go to Jamia Millia Islamia, and the bidding is now open for 2026. So, because we are also the host as a Execom members of Delhi section to this conference, so our sincere thanks to Professor Subrata Mukhopadhyay, whose contributions to section activities, academia, and research are a guiding light to our community. We are grateful to Professor A.Q. Ansari, Chair IEEE Delhi section, for wholeheartedly supporting the volunteers and activities in this section. And it is an honor to share this platform with Shri Ganesh Kashyap, CEO of Landis+Gyr India Limited, whose leadership in the technology sector exemplifies the synergy between innovation and sustainability. We are equally delighted to have Shri Manish Kumar, Managing Director and Business Unit Head at Negaro, a trailblazer in the IT and software domain, with us today. Your journey inspires us to continuously strive for excellence. And I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to Professor R.K. Vyas for his gracious presence today. A special mention goes to Professor M.N. Huda, the General Chair of DELCON 2024, and a pillar of academic excellence. Your meticulous efforts with your wonderful team in organizing this conference set a benchmark to all of us. DELCON has always been more than just a conference. It is a confluence of ideas, a catalyst of collaboration, and a forum for exchanging knowledge. This year's theme resonates deeply with the challenges and opportunities in a rapidly evolving technological landscape. As Ansari sir in his speech mentioned about the writing skills of the paper, we actually could see that few of the students of MCA just actually use some platform to write the paper. It's not good practice. So if they have come, it's welcome to them to come and to present their paper, but they should next time think that the idea should be original. As IEEE members and enthusiasts, we stand at the intersection of academia, industry, and society. This privileged position comes with a responsibility to lead with foresight, collaborate across disciplines, and create solutions that drive progress while upholding ethical values. DELCON embodies this spirit. In this third edition, we have a stellar lineup for researchers, professionals, and innovators presenting cutting-edge ideas. The deliberations here will undoubtedly shape the trajectory of technological advancements and foster partnerships and that transcend boundaries. As the chair-elect of the IEEE India Council, I am committed to ensuring that IEEE continues to be a catalyst for innovation, an enabler of talent, and a facilitator of impactful collaborations. Together, we will work to strengthen our community and ensure that the technologies we develop are inclusive, sustainable, and transformative. In conclusion, I encourage all participants to engage wholeheartedly in these sessions, discussions, and networking opportunities. Let us make this event not just memorable, but truly impactful for the broader technology ecosystem. Once again, my heartfelt thanks to the organizers and dignitaries for this honor. Let us embark on this journey together and make DELCON 2024 a resounding success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for the pearl of wisdom. I now request Professor M.N. Huda, sir, to present a token of memento to Mr. Rajneesh Sharma as he's leaving. Yes, sir, please.
Good evening, everybody. I would not take much of time. It was not planned as well that I am supposed to speak. I just sent a text to Professor Huda that I have a flight to catch, so I need to leave. And that is why this program shuffled a little bit. सर आपने एक बात बोला कि हमारा कैंपस बहुत बड़ा है चितकारा यूनिवर्सिटी का और आपका दिल बहुत बड़ा है सर. Thank you so much, Father Sam. Thank you so much.
Vivekam is greatly privileged to introduce Professor Subrato Mukhopadhyay, a distinguished academician, researcher, and engineer with over 5 decades of exemplary contributions to power systems and electrical engineering. A graduate of Jadavpur University and a doctorate holder from IIT Kharagpur and IIT Roorkee, Sir has held significant roles, including senior most chief engineer in Central Electricity Authority and director, Haryana State. In academia, he has served as founder vice chancellor of Lingyas University, professor and dean academics at GTPIT, and is currently at NSUT. With over 48 research papers, 2 books, and numerous impactful reports to his credit, he is globally recognized for his expertise. His accolades include the IEEE Third Millennium Medal and IEEE PS Asia Pacific Regional Outstanding Engineer Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Subrata Mukhopadhyay.
Good evening, everybody, right from the dais up to the door, where I could see my best, or rather, better half to join this session.
sitting at the extreme left side. This is rather probably the first occasion for me to see her, and for her also maybe like this. Anyway, that way I am very much कंजूसी कह सकते हैं. I will not talk much bigger things, but I will concentrate because any of the conferences right from 95 onwards, except for 5 years, have passed through me. So starting is also with me, end also is with me. So many things are there, and moreover, in some of the things, mostly, as you have seen recently also, all these things, publication, how much tough it is, and a lot of efforts are gone. Almost 50 to 55 have gone through me, even for the publication. So that is right, more of my specialization and all these things. But dukh की बात है, in recent times, we have got a lot of failures also. We have to be cautious about this. Conferences, proceedings have gone out of the explore. They didn't meet the requirement. In some of the cases, we had to reduce to 50 to 60% of the papers, even after presentation to go to explore. Otherwise, we are afraid whole proceeding may be lost. So particular theme, you have to see it. On theme based, this should be there. A rigorous checking is required definitely at the review stage, and ultimately also our team will be definitely checking it before it is put onto the explore, because we do not want to cut a sorry figure or a face for Delhi section, because it is since long it is going to complete its 50 years next year onwards up to 25. I think that is basically a 13th May to the next year also. In Professor Huda's time, we'll be celebrating our 50 years of centenary actually for the Delhi section, which became section on 13th May 1976. Anyway, this is one aspect of this one. But what we have seen it, Professor Huda, that right from the beginning, because I had the opportunity to serve this institute also for some time, that very meticulously he plans from the beginning and right up to the end. So I will expect for this DELCON, the prestigious conference, which has rather in nascent stage, it is the third one only, that when it is being held, it is done completely well, and everything, I mean, ends well if it is, is well and fine if it ends well. It's required. And engineering, until unless you do the reporting very nicely, nothing can be said actually, whatever you have done it. You may be taking the sense and all these things to there, or next one will try to make it much better and all these things, because fortunately, section level, we have got a wide band actually for submission of paper. But still, I'm skeptic. It's, Professor Huda, there should not be any paper from civil engineering submitted, because that I have seen it even for the power system also it is like this, and somewhere some explanation has been given. Human being, for humanity we are doing, ultimately the human being will be running every system. So that's not an excuse actually. We have to be on the very specific track, whatever the tracks have been defined, because the checks are going on. I see Iqbal also there, right from 2015. I know him. Before that also he was our क्या युवा लीडर बोलते थे, young professional. So from those days itself, we are very sure the next year he knows the thing. I'm just correcting every time you say, particularly our Prerna, that I go on correcting. Indicon, you did it for the third time, not second time in the, because 2006, Damandev Sood did it in Delhi itself in the Habitat Center. So don't miss it. I fortunately remember all these things, and I had been associated with all of them. So there is a possibility, or it doesn't matter actually. Third will be better. Fourth will also get after 5, 10 years will be definitely doing better. So whatever the people who have come from outside Delhi, of course, pollution may be affecting. Try to be inside as far as possible. Go outside with the mask, that much this, so that you don't take whatever bad things are there from the other cities of the country. And try to enjoy your stay fully well. Suddenly, there is a dip in temperature, so don't get cold also. That should be my chetauni. That's all. With this, I am ending my talk.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and your pearl of wisdom. It gives me immense pleasure to announce that DELCON 2024 marks the third edition of prestigious annual series established as flagship international conference of IEEE Delhi section. With the approval of IEEE Explore for publishing all accepted paper, this conference has globally become recognized platform for researchers and practitioners. This year, we received an overwhelming response worldwide. Following a rigorous initial scrutiny, 706 papers were shortlisted for detailed technical review by a panel of over 600 experts, and after which 288 papers were selected for presentation, representing cutting-edge research area across traditional, core, computational, and emerging application areas. A select of 40 outstanding papers have been chosen for publication in hard copy with ISBN serial, and the contributions reflect the innovative spirit of the global research community. I now request all the dignitaries to kindly release the proceeding of DELCON 2024. BVACAM really has privilege to introduce International Journal of Information Technology, the official journal of Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management, BVACAM. Widget continues to be a beacon of innovation, showcasing groundbreaking research in computing application with transformative potential for society. Currently ranked as Q2, Widget is published by Springer Nature from Singapore, indexed in SCI Mago and Scopus, and boasts an impressive site score of 7.2, which reflects its growing impact and reputation in the global research community. The latest issue, Volume 16, Number 8, continues this tradition of excellence. Next, we have the latest issue of Manzil Volume 2, Number 4, the quarterly official magazine of BVACAM, intimated by Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. This magazine continues to serve as platform for thought-provoking ideas. I invite all the dignitaries and the team of Manzil to join us on stage for the ceremonial release of Manzil Volume 2, Number 4. BVACAM with great pride unveils the latest issue of Bharati Times, Volume 2, Number 46, the weekly news digest initiated by the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication of BVACAM, New Delhi. This publication serves as a dynamic platform for sharing news, insights, and updates that reflect the pulse of our academic, cultural, and social endeavors. I invite all the dignitaries and the team of Bharati Times to join us on stage for the release of Bharati Times Volume 2, Number 6. We are privileged to have Professor P.B. Sharma, noted academician and founder, Vice Chancellor, Delhi Technological University, Delhi, online with us. It's my great honor and privilege to introduce Professor P.B. Sharma, a distinguished academician and visionary leader who is currently serving as Vice Chancellor of MIT University, Gurgaon. Sir has been trailblazer in the field of higher education, having served as the founder Vice Chancellor of DTU. A former professor at IIT Delhi, he has held significant leadership positions, including being the president of Engineering Science Division of the Indian Science Congress, chairman of Indian Society of Mechanical Engineers, and vice chairman of the World Confederation of Productivity Sciences India section. Sir, contribution span across the domains of aero engineering technology, power plant engineering, renewable energy, and knowledge and innovation management. He has been honored with numerous prestigious awards, including the honorary degree of Doctor of Engineering from University of Birmingham and Lifetime Achievement Award and the Institution of Industrial Engineering India. Sir is a known visionary leadership. His significant contribution to the advancement of education and research with a particular focus of innovation and entrepreneurship. We welcome Sir with an e-bouquet. The audience is all yours, sir.
Thank you so much indeed for your very kind words about me. Personally, I feel immensely delighted to be with you, connected online for this very important conference being organized by IEEE Delhi section. Professor Hoda is very dear to me, and so is IEEE. People like me who have been associated with science and engineering throughout our entire work life feel highly devoted to the cause for which this present DELCON 2024 is organized. When Professor Huda invited me to come and attend this conference, I was feeling absolutely delighted. But considering the graph 4 restrictions and also realizing that this is the age in which we need to lead by example, I thought I better connect online and serve the cause of sustainability by avoiding traveling from Noida, from where I'm speaking right now, to your campus. My sincere apologies for not being personally present there. Professor Ansari, Professor Prerna Gaur, Professor Mukhopadhyay, Professor A.K. Saini, and of course my very dear friend Dr. A.K. Nayak, the past president of Computer Society of India. They're all very dear to me, and I stand before you to commit ourselves to the cause of advancing science and technology to serve the larger issue of advancing the cause of sustainability. This morning, I was at India International Center in a conference that we organized to echo our sentiments that we now, all of us, have to talk and act also at the same time along the pathways of eco-philosophy and eco-dharma for which the summit was organized. This new dharma binds us together as a world family to serve the cause of protecting the interest of man and interest of Mother Nature together. People like you who are already in the discipline of electrical, electronics, IT, computer science, engineering, and the disciplines which are supported by IEEE through interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary domains already are in fact very much friends of the earth. People like me appreciate you for the cause for which you have served so well. The entire development of technology in the arena of electronics and communication, information technology, computing, and all the advancement that we made on the front of automation, on electrical engineering, clearly demonstrate our keenness to serve the cause of energy security as well as sustainability. In fact, the energy efficiency has been the hallmark of the electronics and communication and IT technology that we developed. I see people like you serving the cause of miniaturization, going from macro to micro and micro to nano, and also at the same time ensuring that bare minimum energy is consumed in our operational of the electronics, communication, and information technology systems and network. And therefore, on the side of energy efficiency, you have done a great job, and IEEE, I'm sure, has been a great motivator to all of us, even though I belong to mechanical engineering, but I understand that electrical, electronics, and mechanical have to work together today in the form of what I call integrative science and integrative engineering. You cannot produce an IC of the kind that you require today or a microchip that will have AI on chip tomorrow without, in fact, taking on board all engineering and all sciences together. Therefore, in the age that demand integrative science and integrative technology, we need to now see how best we can go about advancing the cause of technology development, but at the same time ensuring that we submit to the cause of sustainability and sustainable development goals. My mind goes straight away to the new era in which we are all there. We are advancing, of course, our information and communication technologies, going from 4G to 5G. Maybe tomorrow we'll go to 9G or 10G also. The speed at which we are communicating, of course, is going higher and higher. And we have to ensure that while we communicate faster and faster, we consume less and less energy, as I said, and also cause the bare minimum harm to the environment as well as to the people and creatures around. That is one area through which we need to serve the cause of sustainability. But the other area where we need to consciously work now is to see how the application of information technology, especially artificial intelligence and machine learning, and the newer layers of data analytics and machine learning technologies, how could they help us to advance the cause of sustainability and serving the cause of sustainable development goal? And that is where I think conference like this, in my opinion, apart from looking at how the advancement is going to take place in the design of new chips or design of new networks or design of new systems, has to now audit all our efforts from the point of view whether this advancement is going to serve the cause of sustainability and sustainable development. Sustainability requires that we always ask ourselves whether the advancement of technology that we are making now is going to facilitate the march of the humanity on the pathway of sustainable development, where it will cut down our dependence on the natural resources to a great extent. In fact, people like me believe that we require altogether new sciences and new technologies now in order to succeed in our effort to achieve the sustainability and the layers of sustainability that we are promising ourselves to. The whole world is now looking at us to serve the cause of net zero emissions tomorrow. In fact, the promise that has been made by various nations is to achieve this net zero emission by 2070. That, of course, is too late. By advancement of new technology and applications of new information technology and artificial intelligence, tomorrow's automated machine systems, intelligent and smart systems of the kind that we have in the making, it should be possible to address this dire need of net zero emission, rather net positive, in terms of our effort to ensure that rather than contributing to net zero, we are in a position to say that we are net positive in terms of preserving for the future generation their vital resources as well as the health of the environment so important. Today, when the whole of Delhi and NCR is suffering from the bad quality of air, we need to now discover what can AI do to clean air for our NCR and Delhi. We need to ask ourselves what can new technologies and new microchips of the kind that we are developing are going to make our systems and processes so intelligent and smart that we are in a position to serve the cause of sustainability. It is this call, in my opinion, is also very, very important. Let me also say that we need to develop now new and advanced technologies by which we are able to solve the problem that we are creating for ourselves. In the area of information technology, electronics and communication, especially in the mobile engineering, I find we have developed a habit of changing our mobile almost every 3 to 6 months. And I see this happening within my own family, except people like me who are accustomed to use a mobile for 2, 3, or 4 or 5 years. My children tell me, buy a new mobile, Dada. I tell them that, look, the minute I throw this away, you have to guarantee that it is being reprocessed and reutilized, re-engineered and remanufactured so that the burden on the natural resources, on the precious metals, and also the harm that we otherwise do in bringing new product is minimized. So it is in this respect we have to see how our new science and new technology and new innovations are going to serve the cause of extracting from the used mobile our capability to recycle and reuse, remanufacturing and re-engineering much of the innovation and advancement that we make on the mobile front. I personally believe that much of this is already happening, but a lot more is to happen. And we need to develop new science for the extraction of the precious metals as well as natural resources that are consumed in making of devices like this. Same will apply to computers, same will apply to a whole lot of systems that we currently are accustomed to use in our networks as well as in computational technology. So that is one area which we need to, and it is here I think the multidisciplinarity is very much important. I require new chemistry, I require new layers of nanoscience and technology. I require my IT to connect to life sciences on one hand, agriculture sciences on the other, and new manufacturing systems and technology on the other side. And we need to now make our people as well, including of all ages, highly conscious of the requirement of sustainability. And this we need to do by becoming tech savvy and ensuring that we are in a position to serve this cause. Last but not the least, let me also say that while advancement of technology so far has really done a great job, we have come a long way from my days as a professor at IIT Delhi, or for that reason, the student of engineering. Today, of course, we have very advanced technology which can take us to moon as well as land on Mars and give great capabilities to fight with each other if at all required. But that's not what the future requires from us. The advancement of technology that we make today must also create a society where harmony with nature, compassion with each other, as well as protecting the interest of man and behaving and working as human beings is also assured. So I'm looking at advancement of technology from the point of view of making the new technologies with consciousness. Let the mobile of tomorrow have the ethical and moral layers as well as the consciousness. The minute I utilize for a wrong cause, let it tell me, sir, I'm not meant for this. If I don't listen, it should tell once again, sir, I humbly request, I'm not meant for this. If I still don't listen, it says, go to hell now, go back to the supplier who has supplied you this mobile. He only can now decode the operating system on the which it is working. It is this kind of consciousness that we need to build in the new technologies that we develop. And from this region, I'm pretty sure the new advancement which IEEE is planning about, as well as the new standards of ethics and morality, which IEEE is currently working, in my opinion, will lead us to that horizon where we shall begin to talk about technology with consciousness. And that is exactly the tall order which will then serve the cause of sustainability, security, safety, as well as, in fact, compliance of all sustainable goals that we wish to achieve. With these words, may I take this opportunity to express my profound gratitude to Professor Hoda, whom I have very high respect from the days I was at Delhi College of Engineering as its principal, to Dr. Prerna Gaur, my own colleague from DC, Professor Ansari, for whom I have very high respect from my connect to Jamia Millia and my friends over there, as well as to the industry captains present here at this conference, as well as to the Vice Chancellor of Chitkara University and Professor Mukhopadhyay. Thank you very much for giving me this great opportunity to connect with you and to raise some of my concern and pray before you to God Almighty to create the advanced layers of technology in IT and ICT sector that will serve the cause of sustainability, cause of integrating consciousness in our advanced technology, and ensuring that the wrongdoing that are currently people are capable of using high technology are also minimized or negated in the times to come. With this prayer, thank you so much indeed for giving me this opportunity to connect to you at the inaugural function of DELCON 2024. Thank you and namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insight and pearls of wisdom. Viviacam feels honored and presents sir with an e-memento. Presents the tech team, please present the e-memento to sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for the honor. Thank you.
Viviacam team presents sir with an e-certificate.
Thank you once again. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable time. Thank you, sir, so much. It's my honor to introduce Shri Mahesh Kumar, the Managing Director and Business Unit Head of Nagaro, who will be delivering the keynote address. With over 25 years of extensive experience in the IT industry, Shri Kumar has successfully led large-scale digital transformations across multiple geographics and industries, utilizing cutting-edge technologies to driven innovation. A graduate with bachelor's degree in statistics and an MBA, Sir also holds several professional certifications that further demonstrate his expertise and commitment to continuous learning. He is a visionary leader who firmly believes in empathy, whether it's towards people, technological progress, or the planet. This philosophy of compassion is not only central to his leadership, but also deeply influences his approach to innovation, making him a true champion of human centric technology. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Sri Manish Kumar.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I'm really honored and I'm pleased to be here and talking about such a pertinent topic, which is advancing technology through sustainable growth. And I've been part of several large digital transformation journeys across globe and across verticals. And all of you know that digital transformation brings a lot of efficiency in our daily lives, and it helps to basically make our life a little easier. And then we have technologies like artificial intelligence, big data, cloud computing, uh, which helps us in making early decisions, right? But all these technologies requires intensive uh, resources and energy from the environment to operate in, right? So, basically, if you see these technologies definitely helps a lot, but at the same time, there is a lot of pressure on the environment. So we have to basically come out with some eco-digital engineering concepts which helps eliminate these waste, right? What do I mean by eco-digital engineering? Probably I'll quote some examples which will make you understand. And I believe a lot of you are computer graduates here. So you should be able to understand with this concept, right? So we were trying to build a couple of softwares, and I'll quote one example where we did not follow the right set of practices, and which basically introduced a lot of pressure on the servers and the energy that it gets generated because of not consuming the right pattern and right behavior. So there was an application which we were trying to build for a field force, for an industrial client, and for people who are on the field, right? Basically, Salesforce people who are talking to the customers, dealers, and generating a lot of information and insight, and basically helps uh, increase the sales of that particular organization. And the technology that we were using is .NET, right? So what we realized was when we were when we released the software for a limited set of users, the server response was very slow, right? And the reason we found out was the entity framework was heavily misused, right? So, you know, if you have to pull data from database, you typically require data as in what is needed rather than pulling all the data for yourself. And internally, all these things create a lot of pressure on the server. So the server responsiveness definitely will decrease. So that's one example where we are not just creating technical debt. Technical debt is nothing but cost of rework. But at the same time, it's also increasing the sustainability debt because in order to fix those, you will have to take a lot of measures, right? So that's not a good way of doing software development because it's indirectly putting a lot of pressure on the resources, which indirectly will require from the environment. Now, on the other side, we were developing a predictive maintenance system for oil and refinery company. And when we were basically designing the system, we thought of having all these sustainability aspects in mind. What it means is, again, when you are orchestrating things, designing the entire application architecture, we made sure when we are writing the piece of code, we are writing in such a manner that it could be reused, you know, to solve the similar kind of business problems for other industries as well, right? So the entire designing architecture was laid out accordingly, and we also made sure that, you know, the same software could be reused in a more personalized manner for that particular maybe a new client that we are trying to solve, and then you know, make it more personalized and make it cloud agnostic. So this approach is basically helping us to save energy from the environment because you know, it's all reusable kind of a thing. So what I personally believe is that, you know, it's our responsibility, you know, some of you are computer students, that whatever code you are writing, you have to make sure that it's pure green, ethical, all-inclusive, and sustainable softwares by following the principle of ESG, which is environmental, social, and governance. Because I think sustainability is a philosophy, right? But then processes like what ESG dictates is going to make our business support. Um, you know, I'm really delighted to see a lot of corporates these days and institutions are taking a lot of measures on the sustainability side, including my company. So to an extent that we have built a new building in Gurgaon, which can in-house more than 7,000 people. But the entire building is built on the sustainability concept. We make sure that we are optimizing the resources in full potential. We are, you know, not even a single drop of water is getting wasted. And we have a lot of other internal policies which are aligned, keeping the sustainability concept in mind. So for example, we have charging station in our office for electric vehicles. We make sure that whenever the laptop lease gets expired, you have an option, like our employees have an option to buy that you know, laptop because sir said that, you know, mobile, he would not like to change it frequently. So that's the concept, right? We want to make sure that it's getting reused. Because trust me, I mean, planet is safe. There's nothing going to happen to this planet. It's we human beings who are at risk, right? If you don't follow these sustainability guidelines. So that's all I wanted to address. And before I end, I just wanted to conclude with a statement, or rather a quote, which is quite close to my heart, written by Wayne Dyer, that if you have to choose between uh, being right and being kind, please choose being kind, because end of the day you will be right. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening to me. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir, for the valuable insights. I hope your vision will surely inspire us all. It's my immense honor to introduce Sri Ganesh Kashyap, the chief guest for today's event and CEO of Landis Gear India Limited and Global Development Center. With over 34 years of experience in research and development and business management across various domains such as smart grid, advanced metering infrastructure, telecom, and networking, Sir has been a transformative leader. He has spent over 26 years with Landis+Gyr holding key positions across USA and India, where he has led several large-scale smart metering and AMI deployments globally. Before his tenure at Landis+Gyr, he contributed as a scientist at DRDO India and gained valuable experience at HCL Technologies. Sir also holds several leadership positions, including being the chairperson of NASCOM Noida Council and a member of CII National Committee for Power and Smart Metering. He holds a master's degree in computer science from Mysore University, along with certifications from various doctorate research in business administrations and Rushford University, Switzerland. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Shri Ganesh Kashyap to deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you, Parul. Appreciate that. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you, Professor Huda, for inviting me, for this. It's really a great opportunity, and then also it's a privilege to be among the distinguished, I would say, esteemed panel members here in the podium. It's really like dream come true, I would say, among like great professors and great minds here. And also it's impressive to see this, like, the DELCON with, the way the paper selection process has happened, like, 1087 papers, that's a lot. A lot of people are thinking. And then 281 getting selected. That's also a very good, selection process, in my opinion. And then close to 225 people presenting here. It's an impressive thing. And I think, you all are going to put up a great show here. So I want to take you all back down the history lane. How the world was 100 years back. And what kind of technologies we had, I mean, people were trying to see whether we can, like, build an airplane, Today we are talking about, like, missiles, rockets, sending, satellites to the moon and whatnot, right? Technology has advanced a lot in the 100 years. Now, if you walk back 20 years, I still remember, like, I used to struggle to get like a mobile phone. There was no concept of mobile phone, like, 20, 25 years back, this pervasive. Now, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and everybody is having mobile phone. The technology has advanced a lot. That's the backdrop of, like, how things are. Think of it like 100 years back, the technology was advancing. Within the last 20 years, things have advanced dramatically. I started my career, like, 37 years back. I still remember, like, when I see you all, like, it reminds me of my college days. I started with the punch card system. I don't know how many of you have seen or even heard about a punch card system. Today, we are talking about quantum computing. I have to update myself. Like, I started with Fortran, BASIC, ADA, Lisp, some of these technologies which basically kind of like, went over. And then you're talking about Rajaram, Professor Rajaram's books were all like, you were referring to, like, Donald E. Knuth, fundamentals of computing. Again, this is very important because the world is coming to a full cycle, because today we are talking about AI and ML. And then the technologies that they proposed around, like, several years back, decades back, the fundamental algorithms, they are very important today. That is really the key. Now, when I see the audience here, again, Professor Huda said that, like, you're all gaining the power of knowledge, right? You all are the pioneers who are going to build things that we even haven't thought about what it would be tomorrow. Now, I want to make a quote from Spider-Man. How many of you have seen Spider-Man? All right. So with great power comes
great responsibility, right? So last 100 years, we went on inventing, building things, creating new technologies. These technology had a side effect, right? We didn't think about those side effects when we were building those technologies. They have a residual and a cascading impact. What do I mean by that? I'm going to kind of talk about 5 core areas which we all should be mindful of. Again, this will be also in line with what Professor Sharma was talking about. Number 1, electronic waste. We are generating a lot of waste, and one of them is electronic waste. Do you know how much we generate? 62 million ton of electronic waste. We keep building things, phones, watches, instruments, gadgets, extensive consumerism. We buy things, and then at the end of the day, we throw things. So electronic waste is 62 million ton, and it is growing by 2.6 ton by year. And it will reach by 82 ton by 2030. So that's the extent of the advancement, and then the residue of whatever the advancement that we are bringing in there. Second one is plastic. 100 years back, we were not using this much of plastic. Today, we are generating about 400 million metric ton every year. 400 million metric ton every year. And it's expected to triple in 2060 by close to 1 billion metric ton. Okay. So whatever we are trying to build on, it's all around electronics, chips, plastics, all that stuff. There's another kicker here. Batteries. We discard close to about 3 billion only in the US. These are talking about single-use alkaline batteries. 180 kiloton and 86 kiloton of hazardous waste from a single-use batteries. Now, we are advancing to saying that okay, we will be sustainable, we need to bring more EVs. Guess what? EVs come with batteries. And today, one of the biggest research area is how do we find a way to eliminate or manage the waste that's coming out of these electric vehicles. It's going to pile up, and that's very, very important for us to manage that. Now, we talk about technology in medical sciences. The medical waste is 6 million ton only in the US. And across the globe, on an average basis, we are generating 1 pound of hospital waste per bed per day. On top of this, we are also wasting about 1.5 billion tons of food every year. So why I am saying all this, we talk about sustainability. So what is sustainability? I'm not talking about building things for today. That's why I'm saying we need to think about future. The world is at a crisp, kind of cusp of, we talked about next, if the temperature rises by another 2 degrees, it's the tipping point, right? There are a lot of calamities that's bound to happen. So it's important for us to find a way. Again, I'm not saying that it's all gloom, but you all, as the pioneers in gaining the knowledge to build the technologies for tomorrow, should be conscious. Again, this is in line with what Professor Sharma was saying. Should be conscious in terms of how you minimize some of these things in terms of avoiding this waste. You could think about green product portfolios. You can think about green supply chain. These are all evolving concepts. Again, not too many people have made breakthroughs in there, but again, these are all the areas that you have to start thinking about to see that how I can take up the knowledge that I have gained here and then apply it in future, and then do some researches where we can come up with some new things which basically will be really minimal. Because based on what Professor Sharma said, less is more. He's saying come up with things where macro to micro, and then make it so less that it consumes less power, less footprint. All of this is very important, because I think that's where I think we should start thinking about it, where the advancement should go to a point where it's really sustainable so that we generate less waste and then consume less power. Now, also one additional aspect, like, when we are talking about these type of technologies, advancements, again, we don't want to do the same mistakes that the forefathers did in the past in terms of bringing technologies, creating these type of waste without a lot of thinking. Now we know that the context is there. We need to be very, very careful when we are designing things, thinking about end-to-end solutioning, because there is going to be a lot of cascading effect. You do something in one area, it's going to create like a problem in another area. So you need to make sure that, like, you are understanding the entire impact of the ecosystem and end-to-end solutioning mindset. And then also, for us, I think we inherited a beautiful world. There's only one world. There is no other world, no other alternative. So we need to leave the better world in a better place than we inherited. That's very, very important. So at the end of the day, it's important. You as technology pioneers should keep one thing in mind. With great power comes great responsibility. So follow the principles of what Spider-Man has said. Advance the technology so that, like, we can build a sustainable world. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. The invaluable pearls of wisdom which have enlightened and inspired us profoundly. BVICAM with great pleasure will announce the recipients of Exemplary Contribution Award for their outstanding efforts in encouraging school students to participate in our Education Day event. The following students who have shown exceptional dedication and played a pivotal role in making this event a success. I now invite all the esteemed dignitaries to come forward to kindly present the award to these outstanding students. Let's celebrate their achievements and continue striving for excellence together. The first award goes to Siddhak Ahuja. A huge round of applause for the dedicated volunteer who has been guiding the entire event on her hands. Gunshata Varun, another pillar for the events of BVICAM. Karam Kaur for the efficient stage management and overall dedication. A huge round of applause. Mishti Gupta for her activeness in the event. Suresh Makol for proactiveness in the entire event. Yes. Tarushi Sharma with dedicated work and great enthusiasm in her work. Kritika Nagal for bringing too many participants on the Education Day. A huge round of applause. Ananya Jain for the promotion and productivity of the event. Srishti Sharma for huge event participation. Archie Kalyani. A huge round of applause, audience. These students are making the event really successful. Ujjwal Chauhan for supporting the sports event successfully. Your hard work, enthusiasm, and commitment for bringing others into the fold have truly made a difference. A huge round to all of my students of BVI camp. I would like to invite Professor Jasdeep Kaur to join us on stage and present certificates to some of our deserving students. All to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. On behalf of the Membership Development Committee of IEEE Delhi section, myself as the chair of the section, I would take this opportunity to thank my team members of the Standing Committee of IEEE Membership Development Committee, some of them who are here on the occasion, to please come up on the dais. Dr. Shruti from JP Vagnaghat, Preet Yadav from NXP Semiconductors. They are one few members of MDC Standing Committee 2024. In absentia, Manpreet Kaur, Dr. Manpreet Kaur from Manav Rachna, Dr. Rajesh Pindoria, Thapar University, Patiala, and Ramneek Kalra from Amazon. The committee of the Standing Committee of Membership Development, IEEE Delhi section, is honored to announce the student branch for the exemplary conduct of IEEE Day celebration during 2024. IEEE Day is celebrated on, this year it was on 1st October, and it is celebrated on the first Tuesday in October. Sometimes the universities and institutes, they have their exams or some midterms going on, but they do celebrate it, and submission of the report to the MDC committee has helped them bagging this award. So I would call upon the stage the representatives of these three student committees, Guru Tegh Bahadur Institute of Technology, to please come up on the stage and collect your award for the great show that you showed for celebrating. Dr. Sahu is here along with his team. Please come up on the stage and collect the award. Students from Dr. Shruti can, it's a cash prize that they have. It's a cash prize that they have. The students of student branch of Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women, Kashmiri Gate, along with their branch counselor, Professor Jasdeep. They are asked to come over and collect the award. Third award goes to Bhagwan Parshuram Institute of Technology. The students of the institute, you're from BPIT? Yeah, please come up on the stage. A huge round of applause to BPIT students also. Dear all, we are here to give another award, which is about, sorry? Okay, the second award that I'm calling upon the stage is for the great membership enhancement till the data that was taken till 30th October on OU IEEE Analytics Forum. It's available over there. We in IEEE Delhi section, the number of members consist of associate members, fellow graduate student members, life senior members, student members, and so on and so forth. The huge number is the student community that gives us. So we were taking this opportunity to felicitate few of the student branches who have been contributing in the membership enhancement until 30th October 2024. We look forward to the other student branches also to enhance the membership. This year, it is Guru Tegh Bahadur Institute of Technology who has bagged the first prize. In 2023, the numbers was 164, and this year, 2024, the number has risen up to 326, a huge percentage change of 98.78%. So a bag full of goodies for all the new members. This is a bag full of goodies for all the student members of GTBIT. We look forward to crossing the number 500 next year from GTBIT. Dr. Sahau will include it. Next, we call upon stage the student representatives of Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women, Kashmiri Gate. A huge round of applause. Last year, the numbers were 129 as we got from OU Analytics. In 2024, it has reached up to 241, a huge 86.82%. So I'm fine. The 73.95% increase in percentage in student memberships from 2023 to 2024 has been backed by JP Vagnaghat Institute student branch. I call upon stage Dr. Shruti to take it on behalf of the students. Last year it was 96 and in 2024 it is 167. I would call upon, at this particular moment, I would call upon the dais chair IEEE Delhi section. Today we had an EXICOM meeting and there are many awards coming up for the increase in membership and the activities for the student branches. Our chair IEEE Delhi section, if you would like to talk something about the membership, sir. We discussed a lot at length today. And if you could give little bit motivation to the students, so that they can conduct activities and they have many to bag awards.
Dear children, IEEE is because of its membership, and its membership is primarily because of the students' activities and whatever you do, and induct many more students. So we have decided that your contribution, and according to your membership, we will give you more amounts, financial support from the section to carry out many more activities. So the regular support of 15,000 that goes, but those who will increase their membership in that particular year by more than 50%, they will receive additional amount of 5,000 rupees. And those who are already those who are already big and already have 500 plus membership, they will receive consistently 5,000 more. And if they increase more than 50%, they will additionally receive 5,000 rupees more. So these are very small amounts, but it is given in the form of prizes and awards to you, and you receive certificates that speaks about your leadership, your motivational abilities. So that certificates will also be given to all those students who would be in the leadership role. So I wish that we have set a target of 10,000 members in the Delhi section. This year we have around 8,000 membership. So if you work for continuously 2025 and make it more than 10,000, we will be having more celebrations. Thank you very much and all the best.
I would like to request Professor Eman Huda to kindly hand over the baton for DELCON 2025 to Professor Shaida Khatun. This moment marks the official transition as Jamia Millia Islamia takes on the responsibility of hosting the next edition of this prestigious conference. All the best, sir. And now I request Professor M.N. Huda, sir, to present the memento and token of appreciation to Dr. Sunil Pratap Singh, convener of DELCON 2024, in recognition of his exemplary contribution to the success of this conference. Next, a memento will be presented to Dr. Vanshika Bhatia, Head of Design, Creative and Media Team, for her dedicated efforts in shaping the event's visuals and outreach. Next, I request sir to present a memento to our chief guest, Shri Ganesh Kashyap, CEO of Landis India Limited and Global Development Center, in appreciation of his valuable presence and insights. I request sir to present a memento to Shri Mahesh Kumar, Managing Director and Business Unit Head of Nagaro, as a token of gratitude for his contribution to the conference. I again request sir to present the token of memento to Professor A.Q. Ansari, Chairperson of IEEE Delhi section, will also be honored for his support in advancing IEEE community. I request sir to present a mint to Professor Subrato Mukhopadhyay, Chair of the Tech and Professor Act, in recognition of its outstanding contributions to technical community. I request sir to present a memento to Professor Prerna Gaur, Chair-elect of IEEE India Council, and for her continued dedication to IEEE and technological development. We thank each one of you for your significant contributions to this conference and the advancement of technology. And now I request Dr. Ritika Vasan, Deputy Director of BVI CAM, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, dear Parul. It is my great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this historic occasion today. As it is rightly quoted, no duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks, because gratitude means makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Honorable Professor P.B. Sharma, sir, Founder Vice Chancellor, Delhi Technological University, Delhi. Shri Manish Kumar, sir, Managing Director and Business Unit Head, Nagaro. Shri Ganesh Kashyap, sir, CEO, Landis India Limited and Global Development Center. Professor Subrata Mukhopadhyay, sir, Chairperson, Consultants Network Affinity Group and former Chairperson, IEEE Delhi Section. Professor Prerna Gaur, ma'am, Chair-elect IEEE India Council. Professor A.Q. Ansari, sir, General Chair, DELCON 2024 and Chairperson, IEEE Delhi Section. Professor R.K. Vyas, sir, Past President, Computer Society of India. Our most valued invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege and a great joy for me to extend a vote of thanks to all those who have contributed in one way or the other to make this conference a success. BVI CAM is extremely honored to serve as a host for all the authors, delegates, scholars, researchers, teachers, and students during this DELCON 2024, the third international conference on advancing technology for sustainable development. On behalf of the entire BVI camp family, I would like to express our gratitude towards our chief guest, Sri Ganesh Kashyap sir, for sparing time out of his busy schedule and gracing this inaugural session of DELCON 2024 with his presence and enlightening us with his thoughts. Your presence today has been a great source of inspiration and motivation for all of us. With deep sense of gratitude, I also take this opportunity to thank our honored guests, Professor P.B. Sharma sir, Sri Manish Kumar sir, Sri Ganesh Kashyap sir, Professor Subrata sir, Professor Prerna Gaur ma'am, Professor A.Q. Ansari sir, Professor Vyas sir, Professor Rajneesh Sharma sir, who have graced this occasion with their benign presence and words of wisdom. I also thank Professor Emin Huda sir for his constant support and guidance that has constantly inspired all of us teaching and non-teaching staff to work towards betterment. I'll fail in my duty if I do not put on record my deep appreciation for all the authors who have contributed to our nation's development and discussants for their valuable contributions to attain such a visionary objective. I, on behalf of the entire BVI camp family, also extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the speakers for gracing your important work and sharing with us your findings and opinions today. It is this treasure which will keep the memories of this conference alive. I take this opportunity to extend our most sincere thanks to all our guest invitees who have come from different destinations for their support and cooperation. I am personally thankful to Subrata sir, Chairman IEEE Delhi Section, Standing Committee on Technical and Professional Activities, Sri R.K. Vyas sir, former President CSI, for having offered their technical support and helped us at all difficult and critical times in the process of making this conference a great success. I would also thank Sri C.B. Sawant sir, Regional Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth Educational Complex, New Delhi, for having offered all the resources and required support at all difficult and critical times in the process of organizing a conference of this magnitude. We also take this opportunity to thank various organizations who have collaborated with us in organizing this conference of this magnitude. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. Preparations for this conference started weeks ago. It required planning and an eye for detail. We are fortunate enough to have a team of dedicated and motivated colleagues who know their job well and are result-oriented. I thank our program committee members to have spared their precious time for reviewing of their research papers. I also wish to express my sincere thanks and depth of gratitude to members of the organizing committee, advisory committee, coordination committee, web administration committee, and content development committee for their continuous support throughout the duration of this event. Though I thank them in the end, but the student body has been the backbone of DELCON 2024, be it organizing, participating, or preparing for the event. I applaud all of you for your endless efforts. I may have missed out on many names. I sincerely apologize for the same and let them know that we value all of you very highly. So a very big thank you to all of you.
And friends, outside this auditorium in the right side is the lab where we have arranged refreshments.
My food team will direct.
And after, in fact, we are running around 35 minutes behind the schedule. So after that refreshment, it is requested to please come back to the auditorium for cultural evening. Very, very special and very, very novel performances are going to happen, which always will not be possible. So please attend that. And then after the conference dinner
Before that,
right
I
in the
request
same hall where we
everybody
have
to
set
stand for the group photograph on their seats. Please stand there for the group photograph.
Stand on your seat.
Stand on your seats. We'll have a group photograph with all the audience. Please Audience from the left and right can also join. Audience from left and right can also join the group photograph.
There was little confusion whether we have to stand on our seat or
On.
क्या चाहिए तो मेरे आज भारती टाइम ठीक है कॉन्फ़िगरेशन
Students will have their high tea outside the auditorium. And please, food team, take the guests to the lab. Food team, please take the guests to the lab.
final speech please ma'am
Where are you?